Good morning, ScrappyShak fans. How are you? We missed you so much last week. I can't tell you. We're going to talk all about Nashville, tell you all about that. But I hope you got your coffee this morning and you're cuddled up with your favorite puppy or kitty, right? And have you guys seen those? I know you have because they're all over Facebook. But have you guys seen those cute little reels that they're doing with the little kittens and the little kittens singing songs and saying stuff? I like am just enthralled by them. I'm not really a cat person because I'm allergic, but they're so darn cute. I send them to Red like every day. We're sending these little kitty things back and forth. They're so cute. Anyway, I hope you're in your PJs still and you're enjoying a Saturday morning. Good morning, Suzanne. How are you? So, just for the rest of you, if you haven't been here before, you'll know that Suzanne Pipitone is in California. So yes, it is 6 a.m. there, and she is on our live every single Saturday morning. So thank you very much. Oh, let me talk to you guys about Nashville. Oh my goodness. We packed up our entire store, the whole store, and let me tell you, that was a feat, right?
Because usually, we do this once a year with our annual retreats.
Right.
But if we forget anything, it's just a 5-minute drive away.
Right.
We didn't have that luxury this time.
That's right. So the entire store got packed up. We had to buy extra mobile racks. And if you were watching our lives at all, you kind of saw the process that we went through packing up the whole store. But we packed up the whole store. We rented a truck with an electric lift gate. Oh my gosh, that was such a back saver and time saver. I can't tell you. We've always just gotten a regular U-Haul with like a ramp. And so we have to like push all these racks up a ramp and then push them down, and it's bumpy and stuff falls off and it kills our backs and our shoulders.
Wheels up on
But we had to drive like an hour and 15 minutes to pick up this rental truck, but it had an electric lift gate on the back. We could actually put three of our racks on there, lift it up and go right in. So when we've done this before, it's taken us between 3 and 4 hours to load up the truck. Okay, not load up the store on the racks, but actually have everything ready to go. And it's taken 3 to 4 hours to load up the truck. It took us 40 minutes to load up the truck on the way to Nashville and 38 minutes on the way back. So
amazing volunteers that
yes,
donated their time to help us.
Oh, I'll tell you what, we are so incredibly blessed. So incredibly blessed. We had our design team showed up and showed out. Let me tell you.
And a big, huge special thank you to Carolyn.
Yes.
She came all the way to Nashville with us.
She did.
And supported us every step of the way.
And let me tell you something. Our entire design team, they are hard workers. They spent a little over a week, actually helping us pack up. And then when we got back, I wasn't even here yet on the Wednesday morning when we started putting the store back. I got here at like 9:30, I think, on Wednesday morning, and the whole design team was here putting stuff back on the shelves. And for the most part, our store is back in order. The classroom still has some work, right? That we have to move some stuff down to storage and that kind of thing. But
I came in first thing yesterday morning and it looked like a normal store already. I was expecting to get my hands dirty and putting stuff back all day.
Yeah, so huge shout out to our design team, Teresa and Sandy and Carolyn. Like, we could not do it without you, like, for sure. It was amazing. So yes, big thank yous. Nashville had about 150-ish people at the retreat, but we were able to add 311 people to our newsletter list because we did get a bunch of public in as well. We had a great time. Thank you to Erin. I don't know if she's on this morning with us, but thank you, Erin, for inviting us. We had an amazing time and the food was great. We were in this hotel that fed you breakfast and dinner as part of your hotel fee. It was crazy. It was crazy. And it was a beautiful hotel. The rooms were nice. The customer service there was amazing. So we just had a great time, and we've been invited back for next year. So yay. We get to do it all again next year. Yay. So anyway, Nashville was fantastic. If you came out to see us at Nashville, thank you so much. And we're so happy to have you as part of our ScrappyShak family. So
it was awesome that we had people that drove 3 and 4 hours just to see us. People that didn't even know the retreat was going on, but saw our ad and drove 3 and 4 hours just to come shop.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I mean, we're thrilled. We're over thrilled. I can't even tell you. So Doreen's on this morning. Doreen Schultz, she said it was great getting to shop at a brick and mortar so close to home. Thanks for coming. Thank you for coming. So really, we just had an amazing time. Okay, so Joanne Barrows came as well, and she's been a customer of ours. She's on one of our subscription boxes, I think either the Better Press Society or something, but she was here too. And yes, thank you, Karen. I think that's your mom, Casey.
Yeah,
I think so. Yep.
Hi, Mom.
Emma's mama and I have been friends for, I keep saying 15 years, but I think it's been like 17 or 18 now.
She sent me a picture. I forgot to bring your birthday card.
That's
she had
okay.
it sitting by the door, and I was supposed to bring it, and I forgot.
It's okay. Thank you for the happy birthday. Tomorrow is my birthday. I am taking the day off, as I usually do on Sundays, but it's special because it's my birthday. And my son and his fiance and my husband and I are going to spend the day together, so that will be fun. So thank you for the birthday wishes. Anyway, thank you again for Nashville. It was great. We had a great time. We're still exhausted. We still have not caught up. Mom says hi, Emma. We still have not caught up on our sleep, but we're working on it. So moving on, our 10% off everything in the store sale ends today. So make sure that if you want anything that you're ordering it today, and that's in stock items only. So that ends today. Starting yesterday, actually, is the North Georgia Arts Tour and the Kilman Gallery, which is connected to our store, as most of you know. The Kilman Gallery is actually on that arts tour. So I think ScrappyShak is too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they are there.
Yeah, but I mean, we're all in the same building. So if you're going to come to ScrappyShak, go check out the gallery. As a matter of fact, one of our favorite artists, Joanna McNally, is going to be here demoing. She's going to be painting all day. And so if you're here, come on out for the arts tour. And our Art in Bloom show is still going on. So come out and check that out as well. And then I just want to remind everybody that our Seth After Retreat, although it is sold out, we do have a wait list available. So if you are interested in getting in there, put your name on the wait list. Everybody who has put their name on the wait list up to this point has gotten a ticket. So we feel pretty assured that we probably will be able to resell a couple more tickets. So if you are interested in that Seth After Retreat with us, 4 days of Seth, and of course ScrappyShak team, yay. And Libby Hickson from Pink and Maine. Oh, thank you to her too for Nashville. Libby came on behalf of ScrappyShak and did some Pink and Maine demos. So thank you so much for that, Libby. And your cards are being mailed back to you. I need to get your address if you're watching. And then Libby Hickson is actually going to be at our retreat as well and doing some demos and making takes at the Seth After Retreat. So there's that. All right. So now the biggest announcement that we have for today. Oh, thank you for about my necklace. Yes, it was actually made by one of the artists. We have a whole, his name is Paul, and he has a whole big rack of necklaces and bracelets. And
he actually just brought in a bunch of new ones yesterday.
Oh, good. Yeah. So come on out and check out the Yeah, yay. See, it matches my shirt. Really? Yes, it is. I wish it was a little shorter, but that's okay. All right. Anyway, okay. So excited. Big announcement. We sent email out to all of you that are on our email list yesterday, and it did go out on social media. We have added a mini retreat, guys. Yes, we have. We're so excited. When we were in Nashville, there were so many people that wanted to get into one of our retreats, and Craftmas got sold out. It got sold out actually at Nashville. So Craftmas got sold out, and the Seth After Retreat, of course, is sold out. And the next one we have isn't until spring, which is almost a year away. So it's like in March. And so we had so many people saying, oh, I wish you had another retreat. So yes, guys, we listened and we did it. So we have added a new retreat. It is actually called the Harvest Fling, and it is September 20 something. She's going to look it up right now.
Yes.
So it's at the end of September. It's Harvest Fling, and you're going to receive so much stuff. So we're gonna have a big fall inspired.
The 26th to the 28th.
The 26th through the 28th. So the 26th is a Friday, and we're actually not going to do crafting that day, but we're going to have our welcome reception that night, our meet and greet welcome reception. And we're putting together a theme for that welcome reception that is going to be so much fun. I don't want to tell you about it right now because we need to put it all together yet, but it's going to be so much fun. So you definitely want to come to that. That's at 7 p.m. on the Friday. That's the 26th. And then you are going to be crafting all day and in classes all day on the 27th and 28th. This is a mini retreat, so there's only 24 tickets available because that's all our classroom can fit. And we love it because it's nice and intimate and small, and you get to know people. It's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. So go check it out. We've already sold a few tickets. We put it out yesterday, and a couple tickets went right away. So go ahead and get yourself signed up for that. Lisa too, like, sign me up. I'm there. Awesome.
You better go register because it's gonna sell out.
It's gonna sell out. You know, our Craftmas in November is already sold out. Our August one is already sold out. So you better register.
Do we have any space? Spring Forward sold out.
No, Spring Forward we have space in as well. Yep. Okay, so let's move on to classes since we talked about Harvest Fling. Register, guys, because it's going to sell out. Emma's going to share her screen, and we're going to talk about the classes that we have going on. Of course, as you know, every Thursday we have our pop-in craft. We haven't been making popcorn on those Thursdays. We need to get back to that. So we have our pop-in craft, which is basically a free crop. You can just come all day and work on whatever projects you want to work on. Our design team is always here on those Thursdays. It's kind of their day to be here in store. And so they're here to help you learn how to use any of the products that we have, help you maybe put some ideas together. We have people that come in all the time that are like working on a project, any kind of a project. We had somebody come in that was putting together a shadow box and they needed some help. So our design team and most of our staff is here on Thursdays. So, and it's free. So pop in and craft with us on Thursdays. And usually Thursday afternoon, right after lunch, we'll make some popcorn. If I don't make popcorn, just gotta ask me for it because I forget. Also, we have, starting on Friday, we're super excited about this. We have our Disabled Adult Summer Program starting on Friday, coming up next week. And so in those classes, we are bringing together a community of disabled adults and having them work on some art and some crafting projects. We have some really, really cool things in store for our group of disabled adults. And we want to make sure that everybody understands that you're going to be like doing real art projects in that. So if you know of anybody who would like to jump in, we actually did get approved as well for something called waivers. So if you know a disabled adult that has waivers in the area, the whole 6-week program can be paid for by the waivers because we are approved for that now. And we're really excited. This will be the first year that we're doing it, but I don't think it'll be the last year. So thank you. Big shout out to Jane Grillo for putting this whole thing together. We do have a few seats left still in the first class. We can take up to 16, but we already got 12 registered in that first class. So you can purchase them by the class individually or for the whole 6-week program together. So we're starting those next week. Glitter Goblin is going to be actually doing that first class. The first class is going to probably be the most important because you're going to be creating something in that first class that will take you through all the rest of them. So I'm going to just leave it at that. Then also on Saturday of next week, a week from today, Barbie and Teresa are actually going to be teaching a water marbling class. So I know that you guys have seen us do some of those demos live, but they're going to actually be doing the class right here in the store next Saturday. What else do we have coming up? Anything?
Next, we've got our pottery class.
Yeah, so there's still 2 spots left. I think there's still 2 spots left in that bacon cooker class. This is really interesting. Can you click on it, make it a little bit bigger so they can see it? This is really an interesting thing. It looks almost like a mug with a saucer on the bottom of it. But I don't know if you can see that little picture down in the corner there, but it shows how it works. So you basically lay the bacon over the cup. You can put it in the microwave or in the oven. And as it cooks the bacon, the grease goes down into that little cup that you can just pour off. And it's dishwasher safe. So that we're going to be making one of those. And I think there's 2 seats left in that class. And what else we got? Is that it for now? I think by popular demand, we'll do this one first. I'm going to actually be teaching this painting class, this cute little Highland cow. When I painted him, I named him Archie. He did get sold at the silent auction during our Kilman anniversary party, but I'm going to be teaching everybody how to make him. So that is Archie, and you'll be able to pick your own colors and do your own thing, and it's really going to be a technique class, so I'm going to be teaching that one. And then we do have one more pottery class coming up after that one. That one was back by popular demand. We are doing, I think this is the 4th or 5th flower bowl class that we'll be teaching, and that's going to be in late July. So be looking for more classes, but that's what we have on the schedule right now. Okay, I think that's it. I think we are ready for our new product showcase. I've talked long enough. It's 9:20. And I'm going to show you some of the new stuff we have coming. Okay, so let's go to Stamperia. All right, first thing I'm going to show you is this new media stencil. This is a relatively large stencil. It says 20 by 25, but I think that means, what is that? What is that 20 by 25 means? Centimeters?
10 inches.
10 inches, yeah, something like that.
No.
Yeah. Well, let's do this. This is a 12-inch. This is 12 by 12, so you can kind of see the size of the stencil on a 12 by 12. So this one's beautiful. April actually did an example with that, but I don't think she left it with us. She did an example with this yesterday, and it's really beautiful. She actually layered it. So she put it down, she did some stenciling, and then she moved it and kind of layered it and did some other stenciling. But it's really, really a beautiful one. It's $8.69.
And the actual dimensions in inches are about 7 3/4 by 9 3/4.
Okay, 7 3/4 by 9 3/4, kind of 8 by 10ish. And it is KSTD 180 is the name of that stencil. $8.69. Okay, then we have the brand new Stamperia Timeless Collection. Oh my goodness, this collection is beautiful and amazing. This is the 12 by 12, 22 single face sheets. And look at those sheets individually. All right. I know, Barbie. I can already hear her yelling at me, and she hasn't even opened her mouth yet. I'm opening it up. I'm going to show it to you because it's beautiful. Okay. And then Emma will have to put it back in the package because we all know I can't do that. Okay. Look. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. Look at this. Oh, this is just amazing. Look at, I'm going to make a scrapbook page of that right now. Look at this one. That's gorgeous. I know, Barbie. I'm going to show every page. That's just who I am.
This is such a great one for wedding.
It is. Look at this background. Oh, gorgeous. This could be used for anything.
I like that they mix those in.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Yeah.
They have just a great background.
Good one. And then here's another just gorgeous background. It's like this old time paneling and then the script in the back. Oh, beautiful. This reminds me of like cottage wallpaper. I'll go fast. Oh,
go fast like car.
Go fast like car. Oh, that one's. This one, I don't know if you could really get a sense of it on the camera, guys, but it really feels three-dimensional. It feels like those, doesn't it? It feels like those flowers are just popping off the page.
Oh, cute.
So the Hot Air Balloon Festival is going on. I think today's the last day. It's going on in Helen right now. So this is a great one for Hot Air Balloon Festival. And then look at the little puppies. And the blue background. And then all of the individual cut aparts. Great for the Tim Holtz recoil scissors. The mini snips.
Yes.
Oh, so good. Can you tell I like puppies? So cute. All right, there. I showed the whole thing. All right, I'm moving on, Barbie. Don't worry. Okay, so that's the Timeless collection. We've got it in the 12 by 12. We also have it in the 8 by 8. I'm not going to open this and show you those, the same exact pictures. 22 single face sheets is exactly the same in the 8 by 8. This one's $14.99. The 12 by 12 was $26.79. And then we also have the 12 by 12 double face sheet. So for those of you who want the double face sheets, again, same basic picture, $17.99. And then we have the cards collection. So there's 7 cards, 5 tags, and 1 bookmark printed on both sides, and that's $10.99. So that is our Timeless collection right there. Beautiful. Love it. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. Now we're going to show you. This actually came out June 1st. Those of you in Nashville got an opportunity to see it earlier than June 1st, but it came out on June 1st. And Barbie is going to demo this for you because you don't know how cool it is until you see it work. So Barbie's going to demo this for you in just a minute. This is it's a brand new technology, guys. Never seen it before. This is the new 49 Market Snap and Swap collection. These are so incredibly cool. I can't even explain it to you. We have 3 different ones right now. So we have this one that makes the little book. We have this one that makes the tags and the one that makes the pockets. But snap and swap means all of these pieces are interchangeable with each other. And you'll know what I mean when Barbie does the demo, because you can, as you can see, you've got like this jagged tag, the straight tag, and the rip tag. But these are pieces that you actually can pull out, and I can't explain it. I'm just going to let Barbie show it to you. They're an investment for sure, but all of the rest of the snap and swaps that are going to come out in the future will all fit with all of these as well. So it's kind of like this whole collection. Cool. I think one of these prices is actually wrong. I think one of these prices is lower. So we're going to have to look at that. But there's the book, there's the tags, and then there's the pockets. And I think Emma's looking it up right now. I think one of these prices is cheaper than the other, but $42.99 is what we have on them right now. I think there's one or two of them I think are actually $39.99.
Yes. So the file holders are $42.99, and both of the others, the tags and the pockets, are $39.99.
Okay. Tags and pockets are $39.99, and this one here is $42.99. So these prices on here are wrong. $39.99 today. Oh, what is our coupon code? It is Seth20, SETH, for Seth After. And let me tell you why that is. Because Seth After just came out with his brand new, very first ever collection with Sizzix. And Barbie's going to show you these in the demo too. So I'm going to just show you these. These don't have prices on them right now because they're actually our samples. We are actually delayed on our box from Sizzix, but it should be here on Monday. So we should be shipping these out on Monday. So $34.99 for this one. This one is called, it doesn't have a name, 666910. It's called Waffle. It doesn't say it on here anywhere. That's strange.
Yeah, I noticed that some of the new packaging.
Yeah.
It's hard to find names on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this one's called Waffle, and this is a die, and look what it does. So incredibly cool. And how much is it again?
It is $34.99.
$34.99 for that one. Get prepared for Seth coming, guys. All right, this one is a multi-level embossing folder.
It's called Dot Matrix, and it is $12.99.
$12.99 Dot Matrix, and this is large, isn't it? Is it a large one? It is. No, it isn't. Regular size. It's in a big package, but it's a regular size embossing folder. $12.99 Dot Matrix.
Oh, that's cool. Their embossing folders are coming with a storage pouch now.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. That was actually something that they decided to do for their dies as well. Mm-hmm. When they went to new packaging, so Sizzix was trying to get away from that plastic packaging, and so they've gone to all cardboard packaging, which I actually like better. And there's no glare when we're doing the live, so I like that. But when they did that, they went ahead and decided to put everything in its own storage pouch. So the dies have their own storage pouch, as well as the embossing folders have their own storage pouch as well. Well, yeah, they are for sure, for sure. This die is definitely not your regular normal size die. Okay. Yeah, back to putting stuff back in packages. Okay. All right. What else? What else? What else do we have? And then these are the rest of them. I'll show you them one at a time. And the prices on the rest of these are all the same.
No, they're different.
Okay.
So which one do you have first?
I have this one with the letters.
Word wafers number 1, and it is $26.99.
$26.99 Word wafers number 1. Imagine, journey, and discover. But when Barbie shows you the demo, she's going to show some ideas around that as well. And again, comes with this non-storage pouch. All right, next one.
Next one is called Twisters, and it is $24.99.
$24.99 Twisters. This actually has 6 dies in it, with its own storage pouch as well. And then this one.
That one is called Roundabouts.
Roundabouts.
$15.99.
This is a set of 9 dies in this one. $15.99. And then
that one is, let me see that one. Oh, it's got the numbers on it. That one is called Borderlines, and it is $24.99.
$24.99 Borderlines. And this one has 7 dies in it. And then we did bring out the circular.
Pardon me? Are we missing one?
Are we?
Did we see tracks?
I don't see tracks. Do we have another one of these Seth dies out there, Barbie?
Yeah, there's one more die.
Oh. Yeah, I think I found it. I found it.
Oh.
Okay, here it is.
The demo thing.
The demo thing. This is called Tracks, so this is what she's going to demo. How much is this one?
That one is $24.99.
This one's my favorite. This one and the waffle. I like these two. Yeah, they're really cool.
But I love that they're abstract ones, so they're amazing for any mixed media artist, especially because you can be so creative with these things.
Well, I mean, if you look at Tracks or waffle, just both of these, they can be used on scrapbook page too. I can see this being cut out and put behind pictures and stuff like that. Like really cool. As a matter of fact, most of these could be used on scrapbook pages, on cards, on anything. You know, so yes, and for mixed media. So I love Seth After. If you guys have not watched Seth After at all on his lives or on his YouTube channel, you need to do that for sure, because he is really, really cool. And let me tell you something. He's one of the nicest, most friendly people I've ever worked with. I can't wait for him to come in August. Okay, Barbie. Here. All right, so Lisa just bought ticket for a Harvest Fling. Lisa too. Woo, woo. All right, I'm going to turn this over to the Glitter Goblin, and she's going to do your demos for you, and I'll see you when she's done. You should have projects. I did not.
Okay. All right, so it's really going to be more explanation than actual demo today, but I just wanted you to not see these because those are store product. I wanted you to see these because these are the store copies. Whoa, that's not right. Where'd the other one go? Tags, the store version.
Store tag.
We had them.
All right, so while they're back there looking for stuff, I'll just talk to you so we don't leave you just sitting here. She's back.
Got it. So, this is the file folders, and I just want to kind of explain what's what in these parts because they are lots of fun. But when I opened some of this stuff, I was like, "Wait, what is this? What does this do?" So you get this basic piece, okay? That's really it's like the front of the folder and the back side of the folder, but it's unfinished here. Okay, so you have all of these parts that go with it. You can choose to have a tab at the top, and these just snap right in. Now, when you're cutting, you are going to want to hold that with a little bit of washi tape, but they just snap right in. So you can choose whether to have a tab at the very top, a tab in the middle, a tab a little farther down than that. Oh, there's another one that's more towards the top.
That's so
So
cool.
I mean, they
Wow.
just
You
go
have to
down.
the whole die to make all kinds of different shapes.
Right. So the nice thing is that for your price, you're getting all these different bits, and you don't have to buy the different dies separately in order to be able to put them together. And because they thought of everything, there is a straight one. So if you want no tab, you can just pop this straight one on and have a nice little folded piece of paper. Then there are decorative elements. Yes.
Yeah, how do they
just
join?
did.
No, but is it clipped on or is it?
No, the pieces just fit.
Okay.
The pieces just fit together. They don't stay. You have to use some washi tape. So there's no snap. There's no force. Right. Like you don't have to force them together. They just slide right in, and you hold them together with a piece of washi tape on your paper when you're cutting. All right. So I'll cut one for you in a second, but give me a minute. We got to talk about other things first. All right. Then you have some decorative elements. So when you cut your choice of pieces and you fold it, you can put a little frame on it. You can put there's little stitched bits that you can put on. You can add all these layers. So that's lots of fun. And then for the tabs themselves, there's little bitty layers that you can add onto the tabs and add little labels. And there's these cute little hearts. And on the box, they show you this cut. And at first I did not see this piece that actually cuts all 3 hearts at one time. And I thought somebody had lost their dadgum mind and gone and tried to line this up 3 times perfectly. But this is the smaller heart, the bigger heart, and the little hearts that are cut here. And you can see the different
that's cool.
layers here.
Right about true size.
Yes, that packaging is really, really close to the real size. All right, so here is a little set of folders that April made with some of the Stamperia paper. It looks like she's used different ones. Like this one comes from Masquerade. This one comes from, it's on the tip of my tongue. All right, I'm not going to try to guess. But anyway, so she has no tabs on these first ones. Then she did use tabs here.
And she just stapled them together to bind them?
Yes, this particular one is just stapled. And I watched her do this, so I know she used a regulation office staple to do it. It was long enough to get that far in. It was just the ScrappyShak front desk stapler that we use when we're stapling pieces of paper. Okay, so that is that kit. And I'm just going to set the pieces aside. We're going to come back to them in a minute. All right, then you have these pocket folders. And again, there are 2 sides going on here, 2 sizes. So you've got one that can be the background and one that can just be the decorative element, or you can just make different sizes. Nobody says you have to layer them. So the way that works is, all right, you've got your pocket. And this is a deep pocket, people. It is a deep pocket. Okay. It's one of those that you fold up and you put on. This is a Diane McKeon styled pocket right here. Okay. And I've got one on my tag here. And so I'm going to turn it so you can see, like, it is 3-dimensional. You can put some stuff in there. Okay.
Instead of scoring that middle line there, if you just glued it flat, would it lay flat?
Yes. So or you can fold, like, instead of folding it part way and gluing it so it stands up, you can fold the whole thing back. So April made these where she didn't do the dimension. She wanted a flatter pocket, and so she's got little doodads and bits in her pockets. Here's another one that she made, and she glued hers flat. So it just depends how you're using it. If you're putting it inside of a book, you might not want that dimension unless you've created your book to have that space between pages and
They're
things.
so versatile.
They are. They're lots of fun. So you can cut these with all different tops. You can have just the squared off top. You can have this kind of concave looking thing.
Would it fit if you flipped it over and it was more convex? Is there like
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yep. You can flip it either way. So that one works that way. And this is the actual pocket. Now this is the piece of paper that goes on top. So if you wanted this little, okay, this one actually fits over here. If you wanted this to be a layer on top of your pocket, you would do it like this. So you have two of each of these because they're different sizes. One fits the pocket and one fits that page that goes on top. So your pocket here, of course, is your dark green, and then your little mat on top to decorate is that lighter green. So you've got this shape. You have this shape, which you can do, as we discussed, either way. You can do this one either way, too. If you want to use that as a tab, as a pull tab instead, that is designed to flip. It's got little notches on both sides so that you can do that. So you've got that shape. You have this shape. You have a little bit that's just a curve, almost like that little McDonald's smile. And then you've got the straightaways. Okay. And you just have to mix and match them so you have the right size. So that's that. Once you do mix and match them, if you're like me, you might want to just put a little, oh, I do see. They do have the numbers on here. So this one measures 4.25. And if you look on, I don't know if you can see, if I can get it at a good angle. Anyway, it does say 4.25 on that. So if you get your reading glasses on, you can, okay, so this one actually goes over here. This one goes over here, but you can figure it out by actually looking and reading those numbers. So that works. And then last but not least is our tags. And I want to show you, I didn't bring a die cutting machine with me, of course. I wanted to show you some of these bits because I looked at them at first and I was like, what is this piece? Hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. All right. So again, you've got two sizes of tags. You can either use them separately as a big tag and a bigger tag, because these are big tags, or you can use them to layer on top of each other. And again, you've got different edges. This is your torn edge. You just have to match up the sizes. And now we know the numbers are on there. I hadn't noticed that before. You've got a jiggity jaggedy edge, straight edge. And then for each one, you have this bit. And I couldn't figure out what this was at first because it's not really in any of the pictures. They don't show it on here. But what it is, if I can find the one I did, what it is it's just this top bit. Okay. And then these little bits, let's actually go the opposite way. These little bits right here are corners. Okay. So I've got these little corners down here. I'm going to flip this over to the white side so you can see it better. So yes, it really does. It makes photo frame corners. And then that little bit goes across the top. Okay. Then you have these bits. And those are fold downs. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know what the official name of them is, but you just fold them over the top. So they're on the front and the back, and it's a type of hole reinforcer that just happens to fold down. And then you've got your three actual hole reinforcers, your traditional circle. And then for funsies, you have a star and a heart as well. And so you can see here, I've used basically two pieces of scrapbook paper. Okay, the dark burgundy and then the flowers with the burgundy. And so I just use a scrap of that to make my hole reinforcer for that. And then here on the other side, I did the opposite. I used a scrap of the burgundy to make the hole reinforcer for that side. And then you can see here where April has made some of hers. She's got the fold over one here, but she has it the same color. So you always have the option of, if you wanted it reinforced, but you didn't want it to be a decorative element, of using the same paper, and you've got that extra strength without having the extra color and design. So then here you can see where she's just cut out a piece of the paper using the concave look, and she's got her pocket here with the tab and her decal edge at the bottom and some of those little pieces of paper from the folder that she's just got stuck in here, all kinds of bits and tidbits. But as cool as these are as individual sets, one of the things that I wanted to show you is that there are two of them that go together. I'm going to slide this a little bit. You can actually take the folder base and put the bottoms of the tags on there, if you get the right one. All right, the bigger one. Okay, so if I wanted a jiggity jaggedy edge on my folder for some reason, maybe I'm trying to make a spooky folder or something, or fire or something like that, I can actually take this piece from the tag set and put it on the folder. Or if I wanted it to have a deckled edge for some reason, I could take the deckled edge. Now, the same is not true for the pockets, I don't think. Or maybe I didn't use the right thing. I couldn't get it to work on the pockets the other day.
You're a little off.
Yeah, not quite the right size for the pockets, but the tags in the folder will interchange with each other. I thought maybe I would show you this really quick because it threw me for a little bit of a loop when I first saw it. If somebody wants to put these bits away so we don't lose them from each other. Start making a mess. This. Hang on a second, folks. I am that kid. If I start not paying attention to my piles, I will have everything mixed up. And somebody mixed things up the other day. We were in one set looking for the pieces that went with it, and they'd been stuffed in with the other set, and we couldn't find it. And it was a search and
our organizer, person that makes sure that we have everything together. By the way, I want to make a big shout out to Glitter Goblin as well. We talked about volunteers, but Glitter Goblin during the Nashville show, let me tell you, I don't know what we would have done without her. I don't know what we would have done without everybody. Carolyn, April, and Emma, and everything.
Needed a whole team.
But Barbie was like every single morning she would text all of us exactly what the schedule of the day was, what baking takes we were doing, who was working, who wasn't working. Oh, she was a lifesaver. So thank you, Barbie.
And the rest of us are just flying by the seat of our pants.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but I only could do that because Emma told it all to me the first night we were there. I made her sit down. I was like, Emma, tell me what's happening.
It takes a village, folks. That's what I think.
It does. And I wasn't smart enough to bring a bone folder. That's okay. I will use the fingernail folder if we don't find the bone folder. Okay, so this cuts out, and it does. You can hardly see them. Let me grab a pen. All right, so it does give you some score lines there. You can just barely see them. But I'm just going to fold on those score lines. And everybody say it. Diane says, burnish, burnish, burnish. I know you were all with me in your heads. Burnish, burnish, burnish. Okay, and then you've got one that goes this way. So basically, I've just taken the two sides and folded them up. And that's going to go on your back. And of course, these little edges aren't going to show when you put it on. And then you're going to have this nice, neat corner for the front. So, and it comes in two sizes.
So it's perfect on the other side.
Yes. Yep. So there you go. And you've got these cute little corners on your project. So that's fun. Fun, fun, fun. All right. now I want to switch and talk to you about some of the Seth After stuff. Just a few little tips that I kind of figured out as I was going along. Oh, hang on, let me get my pieces together. I'll be losing them all afterwards if I don't. Where did the case files? Anyway, I'm just going to set them here because it's going to be easier.
Okay.
So, the Seth After pieces. I did not play with absolutely all of them, but here's what I found out from the ones I did play with. I played with this one because it's fun. They're all fun, I'm sure, but time is limited and we haven't actually had these in our hands very long. So I was fascinated. You've got these that are vertical and these that run horizontal, and then you can see here where he's combined them. And there are actually a couple other pieces in here as well that will just cut little bitty strips going this way or little bitty strips going that way. So you can have extra teeny tiny strips if you want. But you know, I was playing with this because colors are fun. And I just want you to appreciate these nice bright Easter colors that I'm using this morning instead of my traditional darker colors. But you can, okay, you can layer these or not. You know, like I was thinking about this one this morning just by itself, and it reminds me of train tracks. And I have a nephew who is obsessed. Like that's his obsession is trains. And so this would be fun on a card for him. But you can use them individually, and like this can be a bit of a fence. You know, you take your Spellbinders die, all your little animal dies that you just bought back in the spring, put your little sheep behind the fence,
Or
put
it
your little
could be
cows behind the fence.
music notes.
Oh, yes, you could. You could pop music notes down on there. But anyway, you can combine them and you can do the horizontal on top. Or yes, or you can do, you know, excuse me, the horizontal on top or the horizontal on bottom. Or I noticed that there were these two big gaps right here. You can see there's a bigger than normal gap here that goes all the way from top to bottom, and a bigger than normal gap right here that goes most of the way from top to bottom. And so I just wove mine. I put that through and put that through. And for me, I don't know why, mentally, because these pieces are very tiny. I mean, not the pieces themselves, but like when you're talking about turning it upside down to glue it, the places where you have to put glue are very thin. And somehow weaving it together just made it better in my head. Not in reality, mind you, but in my head. I just felt like that was easier to glue. So yeah, so now on the outside edges, the pink is more dominant, and on the inside, the yellow is more dominant. And so it's just kind of mix and match. Or you can,
if you wanted to, you could actually weave it through all of them. It would just take a little bit more precision and time.
Yes. Yes. If you wanted to do that, you might consider cutting off those very edges right there, because then
smart.
Yeah, then it would leave a little bit easier. So I thought that was fun with that one. And then
Sandy says he sold her with checks.
this one is just huge. It's just huge. Yes, it's ginormous, I think is what I typed on look at it. I mean, compared to my hand, it's bigger than my whole hand. All right.
Well,
oh, okay, there it is. I was waiting for it. That was a really long pause before you tried the short joke there.
It was in my head that I was gonna do that.
Okay.
Just understand everything about Barbie is kind of squashed, right? It's minimized according to everybody else. So if she puts her hand out and I put my hand out, come on. See, there is a difference here. Yes, there is. Look. My hand is way longer than hers.
She got the long fingers.
I do have long fingers.
Okay, so let me show you a couple things that I have no finished projects for this. I just have pieces and parts that I have played with. Okay, so at one point I cut this die and I was pulling, you know, I grabbed it by the little edge there and I'm pulling it out and the whole thing stayed 100% intact. You know how you hate it when all the little bits don't fall out and you have to take the pokey tool? And so I'm looking at it. I've got it sitting there on the counter and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking about it for a second. I had seen this Jennifer Maguire video and I thought, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I turned the whole thing upside down, and on all the pieces that should come out, I put a little dab of Barely Art glue. Boom, 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 boom. It just took a few seconds. And so I put all those pieces down, and then I peeled the outside. A turtle shell, or I was thinking if you did it intentionally with a little slightly bit different colors, you could you could do some camo. That's like some crazy camo background.
Wow.
For somebody. So I peeled the other part up and I had that for fun. So I've got this as a cool, I don't know what yet, but I don't throw anything away. So it's going to get used for something.
It's unreal. She's just amazing at it.
So then I took the outline, and I don't normally make 5x7 cards. I'm more of an A2 girl. So I was like, okay, how can I cut this up? I mean, obviously you can cut it in half and use half of it here, half of it there. You can cut one part to be a card size and use the other part as a bookmark, decoration, all that kind of stuff. But I decided to make a wonky Christmas tree. I still need to go back and paint the trunk part, and obviously put it on some paper and decorate it with some ornaments and stuff. But I was like, you know what? Let me get my scissors, because that's so easy to cut, because it basically looks like this, right? And I just took the scissors and well, this part's a shorter piece. It's actually bigger, but anyway, I just took the scissors and went in and cut those. All you had to do is cut those little lines and free the spaces. So that's your challenge for this week. Those of you who are going to buy this die, see what other shapes and funky things that you can come up with, and send me pictures, because
send us pictures. We'll post them up on our Facebook page.
So this one, I took just a piece of it. I mean, this is a 3x3 piece compared to I don't know, the 6 or 7 bits that you get going across, decorating my folder here. And then I took another piece and just put on this little bookmark. So that was fun. And then you'll have to go, you know what? I'll make you a video about how to do this. But I learned this from Jennifer Maguire. I did the same basic thing, but this time it's all up on foam dots. Okay, this is not my hair. That's red.
Is it mine?
I don't know. Yours or somebody. They all have the same color of hair as you at my house. So anyway, this is popped up on foam dots. So it's got this fabulous little texture. Again, what am I doing with these? We're not sure here in Barbie's brain. We were just having fun. Let's see.
Set after die that you would look really cool with the Tim Holtz Foundry embossing folder. If you just kind of snipped little pieces here and there and maybe popped them off the side of it.
Oh.
And made it look a little more dimensional.
All right, guys, I have a challenge for you. So stay tuned when Barbie's done, and I have a challenge for you that we're going to offer out loyalty points for.
Ooh, loyalty points.
Yep.
That's fun.
Yep.
All right. One hint about these. Okay. So you've got your words. You've got imagine, you've got discover, you've got journey, and these are great. Oh my gosh. For a journal cover, this kind of thing, or the beginning of a diary, they're just beautiful, or a title for a scrapbook page. But I played around with these, trying to figure out which one fit which. And let me tell you my big hint. Get your words so they're facing up. This says imagine, discover, and journey. But take your outline pieces and put them upside down so that the word Sizzix is upside down, because that's how they actually fit on. So, or is it that it has to be? Wait, maybe I'm crazy. Yes, Sizzix is upside down here. And it makes it so much easier to match up if you know this
And you could always go in.
Sure. Oh, it's upside right there.
You could always take a colored Sharpie and make a mark on the corner of them when you have them lined up.
Yes. Okay, so I lied. So here's the truth. So imagine the outline has to be upside down to fit. Okay. But on Discover and Journey, you have to be able to read Sizzix upside right. Okay. So then yes, once you figure it out the first time, I would color coordinate them. So Emma's just got a Sharpie here and she's made the two that go with Journey match each other. And I'm going to set these other two to the side so she can make them a different color. She's got all the colored Sharpies. So that's what I wanted to tell you about that. And now I want to do you a huge favor and fix Seth's alphabet. Okay. So here is the challenge. Well, not Melanie's challenge, but here is the challenge about using this die. Some of you are going to say, okay, those are great words and they're pretty, but I don't want, it's not a complete alphabet. Okay. You get 1A, no B, 1C, 1D, 3 E's, no F, 1G, no H, 3 I's. I won't continue reading it to you. Okay. But not all of the letters are here. Only the letters you need to spell those words are here. Now you can spell them all at the same time. You can die cut them all at the same time without going back and repeating your I's and repeating your E's. There's enough, to do that, but that's all the words. Okay. So my husband and I were sitting there the other night and I was like, I'm going to need Seth Apter to make me the rest of the letters for Christmas. Wait till he meets me at the retreat. And I hound him until he gives me the letters I want. And so we started.
Seth, are you listening?
Yeah, it's run, Seth, run. So we started talking about it and we started to try to get creative and we decided, well, for B, if you take the R and cut off the bottom stem. All right. So first of all, that makes a P and you didn't have a P before. And now you have a P. Okay, so I fixed that problem for you. But if you do it a second time, this one, I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. I haven't tried it in real life. Sometimes I just make things up on film for you guys. Oh, yeah. We're going to be okay here. So I just took the rounded part of the R off of the second one. And now I'm going to put those two together and overlap them. And if I actually could get it straight, if I had the glue with me, I've made your B. So problem solved. So we have A, B, C, D, now E, F. I'm going to take an E. Of course, everybody knows this trick. I'm going to take an E and just chop off that bottom part. And now I have an F. All right, people, I'm solving your problems. I'm hoping you're paying attention here. All right. For H, I'm going to take 3 of the I's, and you have 3 I's. So it wouldn't take you all day to cut this out. And I could either leave it where it pokes out a little bit, or I could trim that down and make the H a little bit closer if I wanted to.
So you have found the formula to make
yes. I, J, K. Yes.
I would screenshot this right
yes.
so you can see her page here and how she did it. So,
I'm thinking K is going to be two I's. And I'm going to cut 1 in half and put it this way and take the other half and put it this way. And of course, y'all, I'd have to neaten this up.
But yeah.
Just by.
All right, guys, here's the time. Take the screenshot while our hands are
okay. So L, you could either do 2 of the I's and just trim it down a little bit because obviously that's too long. Or you can take the E again, and I'm cutting off the top 2 bits and making a smaller, skinnier L. So I am solving your problem. All of you who didn't want to buy this because it didn't have the whole alphabet, your excuse is gone. You now have the whole alphabet. So there's a different kind of L. All right, M and O. Yes, well, we're gonna have to talk about that.
And
again, run, Seth, run. Seth, it would actually be better if you had the plan in mind before you came in September or August. You're coming in August. All right. Again, took the bit off the R for the P. Let's see, Q, O. I forgot to cut an O. But look, guys, you know the deal.
Take
You
it
take the O, take an I, cut a bit off of it. Boom. There you go. All right. So you have RST. Let's see. T. Okay. So you've got this lovely little J. Oh, you got to do. Yes, that's right. We're going British now. That's what happens after I talk too long. I get bored with myself and I have to make up accents for me. All right. So T. All right. Then you have UV. Okay. Everybody knows an M turned upside down is a W. And if you're one of those people that's like, oh, but I like my W's to be wide, well, get you some I's. Okay, cut them up, fix it. You can do it. There we go.
We believe in
W.
you.
Okay, X is 2 I's. Come on, we got this. And then Y you have, and then Z. I actually wasn't planning on making a W that way, so I didn't cut enough for that. But then, yep, there you go. Z is your 3 I's. And again, you could trim that and make that shorter and tighter if you wanted it to match your letters a little bit.
And
so,
you know what's cool about this, guys, is that yes, it does look like it takes some time, but this is one of those things. Tim Moles talks about this a lot. When you're sitting in front of the TV and you just start making, cut yourself out a bunch of letters and then go sit in front of the TV next to your hubby or your partner or whoever and just start gluing letters together, whether you need them for anything right then or not. And then you can have yourself put together, 10 A's, 10 B's, 10 C's, and you can have a whole alphabet put together because you're just sitting there mindlessly putting them together while you're doing something else.
Just a tiny little bit more to show you, and then I'm out. All right, so here's Discover with just 2 layers. That's just that very background and the word itself. None of the individual letters glued on top. And can I just recommend metallics for this? Because I had fun.
Because what are they?
Shining. So here's Imagine, where I did add the letters. So that's rose gold in the background and yellow gold on the N, G, and M, which I totally said backwards. I know that's the M and that's the N. But so it shows up a little bit better in real life, whereas it looks like it's the same color on the screen. But anyway, and then here's where I went rogue. You do not have the letters for Dream. Well, no, you do have the letters for Dream. You don't have the cutout, but I just used the letters separately and I put them on that. I put them on that other one that is in the pile now and I can't get to without knocking everything over. Okay, so go crazy, go rogue, make the letters you want, make the whole thing work for you. You are an artist. You can figure it out.
We believe in you.
That's right. Now, we don't know what Melanie's challenge is. And we don't know where Melanie went. There she is. Okay, so we're going to turn it back over to Melanie.
All right, here is your challenge, guys. Your challenge is, if you have the waffle die, if not, buy it. That's your first challenge. Buy the waffle die. Your challenge is, I want you to take either some of the new 49er Market, if you have those, or buy them. Some of the new 49er Market or some of the new Seth dies, and I want you to create some projects with them, even if it's not a full project like what Barbie did. Can you switch the camera back over real quick? I want you guys to create a project or just do some fun, interesting things with those dies. And I want you to put them on our Facebook page. If you put it on your Facebook page, tag ScrappyShak, but I want you to upload them make a post on our Facebook page. Make sure ScrappyShak is tagged. If it's a Seth die, tag Seth if you want to. If it's 49 Market, tag them if you want to. But tag us for sure and put it on our Facebook page. For every project that you upload, we're going to give you 25 loyalty points. Wow. So, yes. So, as you know, 200 loyalty points gives you a $10 coupon. So, for every one that you upload, and we're going to put a maximum, okay? So, your maximum here is going to be 5. So 5 per person, a maximum of 5 of them. This is your challenge. Take some of this new stuff we showed you today, 49 Market or the stuff after. You have through the end of June to do this. And then at the end of June, we're gonna maybe we'll even do something more and do some prizes with that as well. So I want you to take some of this new stuff, put it up on our Facebook page or tag ScrappyShak on them, and let's see what you guys can come up with. How's that sound?
That
Fun?
sounds great.
All right, awesome.
Fun.
Sounds good. Thank you guys so much for joining our live as always. And you don't even have to get dressed today if you don't want to. Stay in your pajamas all day. We don't care. Doesn't matter. You can even come to the store in your jammies. We're okay with that. Thank you as always. And tell your friends all about our lives on Saturday mornings. Let's get this built up so that we have lots and lots of people seeing all this fun stuff that we're doing. And so challenge is on, guys. Go do it. See you later.